Well, it's finally here, a date we have all waited for, and for once it was actually true. The 7th of August will ever go down in history as the day the Ripple and SEC case was brought to a close. What are the details and what does this now mean for the price of XRP? Well, guess what? I got you covered. We're going to break it all down for you in this video. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you are dialed in on this bull market. And again, some people might say that we called it here on the channel. Others, well, they just regret not subscribing. So don't be one of those people and let's get into the video. No, this is not a meme coin. Some of you may think it is. This is Ripple, or this is XRP price right now, breaking out at nearly 10% on its way up to $3.30 and is looking very, very bullish here on the 4-hour chart. You can see the kind of spikes that's coming since we got the news that the SEC and Ripple have ended the case. We'll take a look at that document in a minute. This is on a broader bullish market though. Donald Trump today igniting lots of excitement, lots of new legislations and executive orders that are really supportive of not only the crypto market, but digital assets as a whole sector. In fact, some banking news, which I'm going to talk about in another video, that absolutely aligns to exactly what Ripple's doing. So in my opinion, this might be the last time we see Ripple at these prices, or these XRP at these prices, as I've been talking about forever. Even though some of you in the comments say that we get it wrong every day and that we didn't pump it. Where are you this morning? That's what I would say. Anyway, let's take a look at what officially came in. Here it is, breaking from the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. You can see here the United States Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple Labs. These are the people that are defending it, etc. And it's a joint stipulation of dismissal. Again, remember, initially this was all put in and basically the argument was that they were going to settle, but this is pretty much what we needed was the SEC to say, yep, we're not going to take this any further. And that's exactly what they have done. You can see here the date and who submitted it. And then importantly, this is what it matters. The certificate of service. I hereby confirm that on August the 7th, 2025, I electronically filed the foregoing document with the clerk of the court of the US Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit through court's ACMS systems. All parties in counsel of record were served with copies of the foregoing document on the same day through the court's ACMS. Basically saying that the dismissal of the appeal is in and that for both parties, XRP or Ripple and SEC, it is over. This aligns broadly to what Paul Atkins is going to do. And like I said, this now skyrocketing the price of XRP, and I think it's going to go significantly higher. Now, there is a lot to come down again, and more importantly, there is even bigger news coming. But as you would expect, everybody and their nan right now is talking about why this is so bullish and more importantly, what this therefore means for Ripple. Again, with more acquisitions that have been done today, as well as further build outs on this, well, it is a very good day. So let's take a look at the macro side of things. What does it mean specifically for XRP? Where are some of the next price targets we're looking at? Well, if we were to Fibonacci this from this recent high to the recent low, you can see here we got rejected at the 618 at $3.30 on this move. Now, we could see us come back down, retest maybe the $3.18 mark. It's not sure what's going to happen. I think it'll depend on the macro side of the market. I think we could actually see this push way above that. A push above the 618 over 330 could signal that our next big hurdle is to be 345 and then starting to print significantly higher. Now, remember, the 1618 and the 2618 would put us around $4.24 and $5.19. That's probably where our next price targets are, given the sentiment in the market, given the optimism that's out there, and absolutely could align to these further price moves as well. If we were to go a little bit more basic, and what does that look like just from a 12-hour chart, and I think it's important to give us some key dates and key lines. Well, look, let's take a couple of key trend lines. We've actually broke through a couple of these previously. Here is a big one right now, which is pretty much where we are retesting 327. Again, a break above 327 is probably going to hand us up into this kind of range here, which will be that higher range of around 339. So these are where key areas of support and resistance were in the last range where we see that price movement. But what we can also say is this beautiful W pattern that we're getting here on XRP, we're also getting it on Bitcoin, showing very much an optimistic and bullish market. And for me, to get this news today aligned to everything else that's gone on with President Trump is huge for not only the crypto markets, but XRP as well. And I actually think we could see this push nicely up. We may even be in a world of retesting brand new all-time highs in the course of next week. So make sure you're dialed into this channel. I actually have another XRP video coming out a little bit later on that's going to talk about their latest $200 million acquisition and in more detail why the banking sector just got a massive boost coming from Trump as well. So with that being said, as always, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. Drop your comments down there. We are clearing that scam out there, and some of you are having some great conversations, so we really appreciate it. And until next time, don't forget, drop a like as well. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.